Geez, a greasy morning. A little bit of salt on the road, not much. But that one snowfall, like this is just one snowfall. Now mind you, it's been, I think we're at that point where it's like, okay, now it's just gonna stay like snow flurries like this for the rest of the year. That's what it was like last year. It was like where it never really snowed a lot at any one time, but it was just, it never stopped. So I don't know what the temperature is this morning. This thing doesn't have a temperature thing in it, but it's definitely cold. Probably minus 10 anyway. Hey, little birdies. Trying to warm my fingers up. Make sure my hands are good and warm before I get started. I warm up quickly anyway as soon as I start moving around, doing physical labor and stuff like that. The street lamp's still on. I don't know if you guys could see the glare off the windshield from that. It's like a light, like a glare, beams of light. Like this windshield looks normal until you get like light refracting off it. Then you realize how pitted it is. I think this is the worst windshield I've had so far. Yeah, my red truck, it was that windshield was kind of rough. Yeah, Unico, the CRV, that one was kind of rough too. But this one takes the cake, just for Glare City. I'm gonna have to look into that windshield crack stuff there. If it takes away the glare a bit. It's like when I was driving Paul's truck, there was no, like his windshield's getting not too bad, but nothing like this. Like you drive the people on the other side, yeah, the lights are a bit bright, and when it's like this, and you can't really see where you are on the road, and you got like a lot of traffic coming the other way, that's when it's like, it's really bright. You can't tell where you are on the road, right? With Paul's truck, not so bad. But this, yeah, it's a guessing game. But I noticed his Civic was the same too. But his windshield's not as bad as mine, but I noticed it was the same thing when I drove in at night too. It was like, yeah, these cars, I guess because they're just so low to the ground, and maybe just the angle of the windshield too has something to do with it. It's like they're not the greatest for oncoming traffic. Whereas when you're in the truck, the windshield's a little bit more, and I guess it doesn't refract the same. Yeah, today's lesson is all about refraction. Refraction. Yeah, almost warmed up, so I'm gonna have to get out of the tire pretty soon. Bumpy road. Holy hell. It was like, I was telling my friend's mom, yeah, I said, yeah, Paul and I went down to Owen Sound. She goes, yeah, I heard that. And so I was telling her about the trip and stuff. I didn't tell her how bad the roads were because she'd worry, right? So I said, oh, we made it there and back, no problem. I hope you guys enjoyed those videos. I know I didn't get any footage on the way back, but it literally, we got out at Georgian Bay. The wind was cold for sure, blowing off the bay. That must be so damp right there. All those apartments that are like facing that. Beautiful view in the summer, but bad in the winter. That must be freaking so damp. Oh, you'd never warm up. We literally got back in the truck. I don't even think it was too long after that. It was dark again. Yeah, it was a long trip. It was a long trip. And it's slow, like all those back routes that we took was actually the shortest way according to the GPS, but it's like every road was like 80 or slower. 60, 80, 40. So that kind of slowed us down a lot too. And I was on the way back not trying to kill myself because I'm obviously unfamiliar with those twisty roads in the mountains. I was trying to keep it, reasonable, so I was like 10 over. So I drove about 3.5 hours or so myself. Paul drove about an hour and a bit, and then when we got to the last little bit, I just drove myself because I knew exactly how to get home from there, and I knew the road better there than he did. So I probably drove 4 hours. So it was a lot slower coming back. I know that. We didn't stop as much, except for, you could say, like we did wait about 20 minutes for pizza or whatever. gonna be more metal there. So, but it was a fun road trip. But I'd like to do it when I'd like to do a trip like that where you're just on a trip, not on a mission. You know, us, we had to get, like I say, only in Canada would you see a lawnmower and a snowblower in the back of a vehicle at the same time. Yeah. All right, so hopefully I don't get stuck here. Better put on my signal. At least the plow guy came in. I guess it's Nico. He usually does a pretty good job. So. So I park up at the top of the hill now because I don't want to spin out with this. It's just if you create ruts in somebody's laneway, right, and it freezes like that. Oh, deer! I don't know if you guys can see them. A bunch of white tails over there. See if we can see them again. Probably long gone now, but come back, Mr. Deers. I'm not gonna hurt you. Yeah, stay on the road. Deer watching crashing. Oh, well, I got my ramps. I'd like to get a turn. He didn't widen it out very much this time. I think all the plow guys were kind of in a bit of a hurry there, so don't hit that. It's gonna be one of those 75-point turns because I cannot get my wheels in there. That I don't think I can get out with ramps on that. So she's tight. Could have just a little bit wider, would have been a bit better. But she's tight. Nice thing about this car, it's like a clown car. My CRV was the same thing. You can literally turn this car on its axis. It's so short. I think it's only like 13 feet or something like that. So yeah, this is good. Like, there's no way I could do that turn with my trucks. There's just simply no way. No way. Not gonna happen. Oh, don't go into that. Don't go into that. Too close. As long as my client can get out if she has to get out, so here's good. Bye, Heat. I'm gonna miss you. Put that there. All right, there we go. And now I go start my day.